YTPC. Padre coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube, saying hello there, YouTube folks. And Bob Barnes is on with us, and Drexington Von Graybeard is here as well. Blessed to have some folks online over lunch. You know what I'm doing? I don't know if you can hear that. There go the church bells. Good morning, says Keith Robinson. It's afternoon where I am. We're in the 1 o'clock hour. Chris the Beard, it says hello. Pittsburgh Piper checking in. Preacher Man Piper, hello Doc. Kirk Maxon down in Florida's checking in. Brent Richards. Boy, we got a nice little crowd online today. Matt Harmon is with us. Hello to you as well, my friend. Did you guys have a chance to check out my last non-live posted video? I did some first impressions, some tasting notes on Kris Kringle. I want to know if you were able to see that video. And I also want to know from you folks if you have secured yourself any of this Kringle Flake. Did I just call it Kris Kringle? Kringle Flake. If you have, I want to hear from you about it. Let me know in the live. And if you're watching this in replay, well, drop a comment down below. Some house cleaning, enjoying some black coffee, or as, oh my goodness, here come the comments. Oh, they're just coming in too quickly. First, I've heard of it, says Pittsburgh Piper. My goodness, you got to get you some of this. Pacific Coast Piper's with us. Some black coffee in the BRT mug, BRTV mug. Boca the Boynton is with us. Well, let's see. Looked like Bob Barnes hits, and it went away quickly. Preacher Man Piper says yes. I'm assuming he's got some. I just did a charring light right before I hit the go live button, so give me one moment, please. Lighting the bowl using the lighter lifted from the Acolyte supply closet. The only true way to experience the pleasure of pipe smoking at the spiritual level. But first, coffee. Oh, thank you for laughing at that, Pittsburgh Piper. You know I love George. Great guy. So, it is an awesome lighter, huh? That started as just out of convenience, and now I go ahead and grab it every chance I can because my good friend Blue Dog, who is down here, and he's over a different part of the state, but down here in Louisiana, he gives me such a hard time about using an improper pipe lighter. And I'm a kind of unorthodox sort of guy, you know what I'm saying? So that's just an ongoing joke. There was a time where I didn't want to out him. I didn't know how he felt about that. So I'd always say, you know who you are. You see some of these old videos from a few years ago. But I'm going to tell you who he is. He's Blue Dog, and he's a great guy. Wonderful, wonderful member of our YTPC community. So I am enjoying, I don't know, third or fourth bowl or so of this Kringle Flake. I have not been disappointed by it. I had my tasting notes. I mean, I literally had just cracked that tin on Tuesday and recorded that video. And it was a little moist. And so I did have some problems at first keeping it lit. Now I'm going to have problems keeping it lit today. Yes, Pacific Coast Piper. Let me come back to that in a moment. I'll tell you about my own blend. I'm having a little problem keeping it lit today. I'm going to have some problems, I predict, just because I'm chatting and talking, and I'll use a better lighter this time. Still not an ideal lighter. I thought I'd grab my black that had the little pipe insert, but this one doesn't, this black lighter. But I have enjoyed this Kringle Flake immensely. This is a wonderful straight Virginia. Red Virginia is giving you all the stuff that you would expect from Red Virginias. The tin note, I don't know what else more I can say about that tin note. I love it. I could just pull this out and go, and just sniff it up all day. It's scrumptious. It really is. The one thing I have noticed, could have been coinky dink, I don't know. When I tried a fold and stuff yesterday, so chunkier pieces, and I found that gave me more of the emphasis on that red Virginia tang and twang, if you know what I'm talking about. Whereas when you finally rub it out, you get to experience, you don't lose that, but you get to experience more of the natural sweetness. Now, is there anything to that? It could just be that those are the pieces of tobacco I had at the time. You know, who knows what's going on there? Because this was red Virginias. They were pressed into a flake. I think they were heated, and then they were later cut into a slice, kind of a broken slice, if there's such a thing. It's not really a broken flake, or more of a crumble slice. It's weird, but it doesn't matter. You know, how the tobacco comes, the only reason that makes any difference to me, I don't know about you guys, the only reason it makes any difference to me is if I'm feeling too lazy and I don't want to rub out a flake or deal with a flake. So ready rubbed is always, I guess, if I had a preference, but I don't mind. You know, I took a few minutes to deal with this today. A little bit of dry time makes a big difference with this blend. Oh man, I just got that little bready note. I love it. I love it. So I know somebody said this is the first they were hearing of it. Some folks had said they've gotten some. Has anybody had a bowl yet of this Kringle flake? Want to share with us their thoughts on it? I just thoroughly enjoyed it. You might have watched the video I did. And I just said it's a relaxing flake, and it is. It's a very relaxing blend. And the second question I have for you, if you're enjoying a bowl like me right now over lunch, or maybe you're in a different time zone and it's breakfast, or whatever time of the day it is, if you're enjoying something right now, well, go ahead and let us know. I want to know what people are enjoying as we spend a few minutes together today. Now, I'm also curious about weather by you. Let's see, Edward G. Robinson is Pittsburgh Pipers. That's what's in his bowl. That is, somebody made reference to that being a wonderful holiday mix, a holiday blend. It might have been Matches, I don't remember. Or maybe it was Artful Codger. And you know, I don't think I've ever had Edward G. Robinson. That's been on my list of things to try. Anybody else got anything in their bowl right now? What's the weather like where you guys are? We had a very cold start to the morning. The sun's out, so it's warming up a little bit. But it's, you know, it's the deep south. We're not, funny thing is we had a cold front come through Monday night, bunch of rain. Hey, Over a Pipe, how are you? Anything dropping today? You need to start doing, let's see, 9 degrees Fahrenheit. My goodness, Pittsburgh. Goodness gracious, some old dark fired ready rub. That sounds good. 69 degrees in Florida sounds even better. Over a Pipe, you, the heck with those esotericas. I can only say that because I'm well stocked on them. You need to start monitoring Sammy G drops. I need to know about those. You don't like a crumble cake. 49 degrees in Georgia. Why did I think you were in Texas? You're in Georgia. My bad on that. I was thinking you were in Texas for some reason, my friend. I've been enjoying the heck out of your videos. In fact, you have actually, yeah, you need to add that to the list. You have actually encouraged me to go purchase some Kentucky, some old dog-fired, some Orlick. Is that theirs? And then we've got the Bold Kentucky, whatever. I don't know. Well, the ones you've been reviewing, you've made me go out and order them. Making my way through first 10 of Elizabethan mixture, says Bob Bournes. Now, I bet you Bob is just prepared because I think where he is, it gets like super, super duper cold. Well, you the one that said 9 degrees? Crazy. Crazy. That's some cold weather. All right. Somebody asked, who was it, about have I done my own mixing? And I have experimented with that. And I would say about 90% of what I've experimented with is bad, or what the outcome was bad. I was going after an attempt to sort of recreate Frog on the Log, the original Frog Mortons, and I failed at that. But what ended up happening in the process of doing that, I started getting something I was enjoying, so I just worked on that. I just kept replicating or experimenting to try to get to what it was that I was enjoying about that particular mixture, and I ended up creating what I just called Rector's Blend. You can go over to Briar Report, and Phil has posted how to do that. I have a video online about how I did it. There's also a video online where I just said it wrong. But if you go to one, Three Rivers Pipers with a Samuel Gump Navy flag. Oh man, good stuff. Snoopy 1X is with us. There's one where you got to sit through me going through a rant about the weather before I tell you how to do it. But honestly, the easier way is to go over to Briar Report. And I guess it's on the magazine side, briarreport.org, and you'll see that Phil has posted the ingredients as well as the steps for Newfound Blend coming from, I missed it, but the steps are kind of important in the Rector's Blend because it's kind of a two-part way of doing it. There's some melding and marrying you want to do for a week or two before you get to the second part and adding those ingredients together. So rather than me try to explain it, go over. Phil has just done a Cliff Notes version of it, and it's wonderful. Pacific Coast Piper, you were the one asking about that. Thank you for the question. It's easily made with easily available components, all from Lane, Virginia. Not their Bright, Virginia. There's one called Lane, Virginia. It's a bulk. Lane BCA, which is a bulk, and Lane, their Latakia blend called BS 005, which is a fantastic. You can smoke that one by itself. I do. Love that stuff. Love it, love it. So what I created was a bit of a hybrid. I can't stay on. And the last time I did a lunchtime video, I stayed on for like 45 minutes. I'm probably going to have to keep this one to around 30. Just because I've got so much going on, so much stuff to do. I have been blessed. There have been some folks popping by, the church parishioners and such, and they bring me gifts, which is wonderful. They know I love Reese's peanut butter cups. So I've been getting, it's like, I didn't mean to do this, but I've kind of been, I guess, unintentionally gaming the system. I have this little tradition. The parishioner brings me a gift. They say, well, pose for a selfie with me. I'll take a selfie of them handing me, a pack of Reese's or whatever. And then I post it up on social media under the hashtag #OneBlessPadre. And I'll say, hey, thanks for whatever. Well, they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And, before I know it, I feel like I'm owning stock in Reese's. Well, earlier this morning, a gal comes by and she's very health conscious. And she says, I'm looking out for your health. And she brought me, she says, you see, it's still wrapped in orange. She brought me a slew of satsumas right from her own satsuma tree. And they're beautiful, ripe orange. They're just lovely. And she was giving me a hard time about eating too many Reese's. So she says, I want you to eat some healthier snacks. And they're tasty satsumas. They really are. So I'm just so appreciative that folks are fun and playful and giving and caring like that, especially this time of the year. I had nothing in mind when I wanted to come on today. I just wanted to say hi to some folks, and I haven't been watching, but right now we got 21 people on, which is just, I just find that crazy. In the lunchtime hour, people are spending some time. We got some Escudo going on there. Preacher Man Piper says Flatwater Monty has a beautiful face. I don't know what that conversation is all about. But I also just wanted to enjoy a bowl with you guys and just to continue to. This is a blend, this Kringle Flake that I'm just, there goes my tamper. I'm just enjoying, and I've been trying it in different pipes and such and different shapes, and it's just fun. And it's a cool burning Virginia, which is important with Virginias. This one won't bite. It doesn't bite me anyway. I know everybody's different. our good friend Bradley would say, your mileage may vary. This is just cool smoking to me. Flavorful, bready note, sweetness, tang, all in there. It's just good stuff. If you've got some on order, I hope it comes in for you soon and you get to try it. I didn't check today. I'm hoping some more people will do their tasting notes on this. I just want to see how many people are enjoying this as much as I am. One person I know in the comments had asked, is this Sutlitt's RC1 just repackaged? And I had heard some people saying that that's what their crumble cake tin was, their crumble cake red. I don't know if that's true or not. I've got a couple of tins that I haven't opened yet. This is not RC1 repackaged. This is its own thing. And I'm a big fan of the 515 RC1. And I'm a big fan of this. It's different blends though. This is some good stuff. Rob Austin's with us. Happy holidays to you, sir. There's another Red Virginia out there that folks should give a shot to if you're in the market for something like that. I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's called Louisiana Red Pipe, and I think it's Hearth and Home. You can buy it in bulk. It's dirt cheap. It is so good. It's so spicy. It's a vapor. It's a Virginia Perique, but boy, is it good stuff. Louisiana Red. Merry Christmas, Preacher Man Piper. Boy, I sure enjoyed that little concert you put on for us. How long have you been playing piano since you're a kid? If y'all haven't seen that, go over to Preacher Man Piper and check out some of his videos. He does some piano playing to start, and very, very talented. And I'm guessing he's been playing for a very long time to be as good as he is. He's got a beautiful keyboard, the electric keyboard that does the strings with it. So, you know, it's touch sensitive, which is good in an electronic keyboard. That, you know, the harder you hit it, the louder it gets. But it also, as you're holding on to it, it does that polyphonic addition of the strings to it, and it's just a beautiful effect. Well done. I cannot believe that we are just 6 days out from Christmas. This has just flown by. Have you got all your shopping done? That's the question. And it shouldn't be all that important, but the reality is, come on, it is. You want to get gifts and such. So if you haven't, you probably need to be paying some attention to that. I have been avoiding the malls like the plague because I'm just sure that they are overrun right now with people. I don't like big crowds. Y'all have heard me say that before. I don't like the thought of somebody breathing my air. In fact, my idea of a good time, for instance, at the movies, is to go over lunch and see a matinee when no one's there but me, or just me and a couple people. So there's no telling what the malls are looking like right now. But you know what? Padre's not going to find out because he ain't going. I just don't want to be caught up in all that. Cincinnati says, Merry Christmas to all. Thank you, Sean. The mall is truly a four-letter word. Rob, you are spot on, my friend. That is the truth, especially this time of the year. It's crazy. And I know it's good for the economy. Yeah, it's good for businesses. There's a reason they call it Black Friday. That's the first chance of the calendar year for a lot of merchants to get themselves out of the red and into the black. I don't think a lot of people know that that's why it's called Black Friday. So it's, you know, it's wonderful for the shopping, for the economy and such. But if you're a believer, I want you to also remember the real reason for the season and stay focused on that this time of the year. That's important stuff. Boca to Boynton has to run. He's going to catch up with some manatees. Preacher Man Piper says yes. Okay. Yes, that you've been playing since you were a child. I'm assuming that you must have stepped away. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing that gift with us in your videos. Wonderful stuff. I'm a little over 20 minutes and I'm just giving the notice. I've probably got 5 or 10 minutes left before I'm going to have to bolt on out of here. What kind of conversation can we have before then? You guys are a little bit quiet. There was like a whole rush of stuff and I couldn't keep up with it. And I keep saying this, the way I've got to do these lives is to have a second phone or a tablet or something in my hand where I can watch the comments and go back to them. Because the way I've got it set up now, it's a small iPhone and they come up and then they fade away. You carve your own gifts to give out. That's really cool. You're a woodworker. Pacific Coast Piper. That's really pretty neat. And what a wonderful gift and talent to have to be able to do that kind of thing. That has never been my forte. I've never been really one who's been good at making stuff with my hands. I mean, I can make stuff, it just doesn't come out good. It doesn't look good. I've never attempted to carve a pipe. I remember when I was in Boy Scouts, and guys had knives and some guys were really good at whittling and carving and everything, and man, if I could get through it without having to get stitches, I counted that as a win. It's just not a strength of mine. Painting, drawing, never was good at any of that. My lighters are failing me. Hi there, Pipe Puffer UK. What time is it over where you are? It's got to be about 7:20 or so, huh? Or as you guys would say, 1920 minutes. I'm always fascinated by time zones. I'm a weirdo like that. Keith Robinson. Start a monastery where the monks grow and blend their... You're right. That's an awesome idea. 7:21 p.m. All right, you got 6 hours ahead of us. I don't think I said this. I'm smoking my Morgan Bones, which is a lovely pipe. For the price, you can't beat these Morgans. Used to be a chef. I'll miss that, Kurt. It just faded on me. Do a lot of scroll work for gifts. Well, that's real interesting, Preacher Man Piper. Rob Austin just received a beautiful olive wood pipe from Olive Wood Piper. All right, Carl. Very reasonably priced if anyone's looking for that last minute gift. Olive Wood Piper does some great work. I've always shied away from looking into getting one but you just said great price. I don't know what that means. I would not want to insult him by saying, here's how much I can afford on that pipe. And he's like, yeah, you're not close. So, but yes, does beautiful, beautiful work. These guys, I've been watching Simon too, London Calling. He's got some skills with pipe making as well. That always impresses me. That the level of talent we have in this YTPC. I mean, and it's not a homogenous talent. I mean, it's just there's guys that play piano. There's guys who can carve pipes. There's guys who make wonderful tampers. Man, we just have some talent out there, and not just guys, gals as well. Brent Richards. Anyone else pick up a tin of P&C's new Norman Rockwell? I was tempted and didn't. I didn't, they had the whole little gift thing going. Boy, I was close. And then I chose not to do it. Have you? And what did you think of the blend if you've had it? I was quite tempted. Self-taught hand tool. All right, yeah. Self-taught Pacific Coast Piper. That's awesome. And that's usually the folks who have the most talent. They gravitate to it and they just hone their skill throughout the course of their life. That Norman Rockwell surprise, Christmas surprise, whatever they call it, Santa surprise, I don't know. I was really tempted to take the bait on that and did not pull the trigger to purchase that. But it was a nice little gift set. There's no doubt about it. And I love Norman Rockwell, the artwork in itself. I'm assuming what they were doing was they were going to give you the tobacco in a bag. That's my thought, because the tin was the artwork, and I know they didn't under $75 shipped artisan. I'm assuming about Carl. Thanks, because that helps actually. I can afford that. I'm assuming that the tin was its own item, that they weren't packing the. Thank you, Rob. They weren't packing the tobacco in it because then they'd have to label it because of the FDA stuff and such. So I don't know. Very 1Q-ish. That's kind of what I thought. I thought it was just going to be another aromatic, and so I would have been really buying it just for the art's sake, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just had some other things I needed to purchase, and that just got down on the priority list. But another 1Q-ish aromatic, like I don't have enough of that on the shelf already. That's what I found. I was all excited about Russ's new fall blend. I forget what it was called. Not Autumn Evening. Something like that. Obviously, Autumn Evening is C&D. And it was just another aromatic. It just was. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's kind of like another aromatic. 1Q-ish is a great way of describing it. And gosh, I got enough of that on the shelf already. So I hope all of you are just enjoying this blessed time of the year, 6 days out from Christmas Day, if that's the thing you celebrate. I think Hanukkah starts Monday. Somebody who knows better. They did have an FDA label on it. It was on the back of the tin. Okay, so it didn't mar the artwork, thank goodness. If Hanukkah is your celebration, I think that's coming up on Monday. Yep, Rob Austin, you're correct. TAD and PAD, no joke, that's a real deal. So whatever you're celebrating this time of the year, I do hope that it's bringing you great joy, and whatever you're enjoying in your bowl, hope it's also bringing you great joy. I've got to sign off. I said I was going to keep this under 30 minutes because I do have a whole bunch of stuff I got to get back to. So I'm going to finish my cup of black mud. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish my bowl, but I'll just put that aside and I'll finish it later on after work. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for the happy holidays greetings from each of you. I saw Rob's just fading there, and let me go ahead and get on out of here. This is Padre wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings. Happiest of holy days, holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is. Festivus for the rest of us. Y'all make it a great one. Bye-bye.